Hi, I'm Nikki.
And I'm not. Again, we need to talk ferries. So, yesterday we finally booked our ferry. Just a couple of quick tips. We used Irish Ferries. Again, brilliant company. Sailed with them many times. Little tip, use your Tesco points. That's what you use it?
Yeah.
Tesco points. Got us a bit of a discount because we're regulars apparently. Got also a little bit of discount from Irish Ferries, and we got a half price deal so we can go and drink wine at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock in the morning and have a breakfast in their club lounge. Of course, I won't be drinking. I don't endorse drinking and driving. Absolutely hate it. However, I know someone that might enjoy that. What do you think?
I quite enjoy a little tipple, and not normally at that time of day, but you know, hey ho, bit of a novelty.
Due to the Brexit rules, we had to book a ferry back, although it doesn't really apply to me because I might not look it, but I'm actually Portuguese and hold a Portuguese passport, which means basically I can stay across the water as long as I like. And of course, my good lady can come with me, and my son will fly out to visit us, who also holds a Portuguese passport. So effectively, the rules don't apply to us, but hey, we're just lucky, I suppose, in that sense. The ferry we need to talk about. Dover Calais. Been going to France for how long? How many years have we been married, Nikki?
Coming up 34.
34 years married. Where did we go for our first ever holiday?
Oh, we went to France.
And we've been going to France on that cross-channel ferry ever since because Nikki doesn't fly. Never likes to fly. I think flown once in those 35 years. Doesn't like it. Hence why we have a motorhome, because we can see the world with it when if we had to fly anywhere we wouldn't be able to. And quite frankly, although I do fly, I hate it. Really, really hate it. Don't like the queuing and etc, etc, which is why we love the motorhome. So, ferries, all those years, done them. Always went P&O, never an issue. There was Sea France, but they went to the wall. Couldn't get enough subsidies from the French government. And P&O continued, and we always went with P&O. Then along came DFDS. Sailed with them a couple of times. Had some great games for the kids. But the kids don't come, so we don't need games anymore. And then, of course, Irish Ferries came along, which have been a game changer. P&O then sacked all their staff and rehired a load of cheap labour. And bearing in mind our son works in the marine industry, we weren't particularly happy about that, so we decided we would stick with Irish Ferries. So, this trip has been booked with Irish Ferries, and how much have we paid, Nikki Nichols?
With all our discounts, we have paid about £303, I believe.
£303 for a return ticket. Doesn't sound too bad, okay, but bearing in mind that when we started this business, if we paid £80 each way for a ferry, that was too much. So they've escalated in price quite significantly. However, what choice have we got? Although I can swim well, I can't swim very well with a motorhome, so therefore we have to get across the water that way. Could we go on a channel tunnel? No. We ain't the channel dude. We are the world's worst travellers. Okay, don't like the tunnel, don't like flying, so it's a ferry. That's what we've got to do. £303. We'll take that. Absolutely no problem at all. Now, what about value? Because we're doing a little research. Because looking at our trip, I'm thinking we're going to where's it
We're going
called?
to go from Hirtshals to Christiansen.
Hirtshals to Christiansen. But when I was looking, Hirtshals, you can get a ferry to Iceland. So I thought, why don't we just get a ferry to Iceland? Looks nice in Iceland. Be cold, but who cares? Goes via the Faroe Islands, which I thought that would be a great trip until our friend told us that they do something nasty to whales. So, not whales the country, whales the species, therefore we wouldn't do that. But, having a look at the ferry, it was only £300 for a 36-hour crossing.
I'm sure that can't be right. I'm sure we can't have done it think we did something wrong there.
Yeah, well, we get caught out a lot, and you guys can join us as we get caught out because we had too much to drink or whatever, and ended up sort of like doing stuff and booking things that we perhaps shouldn't have done. So, but just in terms of like where we're going, we're going from Herschel's to Christiansand. I'll have to learn all these Scandinavic, Nordic sayings. Was a catamaran or a ferry. So we've been looking at this evening, and the cost is
about €330 for the catamaran, which takes, I believe, about 2.5 hours.
Okay, €300 for a catamaran, takes 3.5 hours. So the Dover Calais ferry doesn't actually seem bad value. Maybe. What do you think?
I don't know, maybe.
Maybe. Who knows? We'll get there and see what it looks like when we're on it. But that's the plan we're going to stick with. Saves driving all the way up through Sweden. Don't want to particularly go to Sweden anyway. So I think we'll go on that crossing. And hopefully we'll update it when we get there. We haven't booked it yet. Gonna wing it.
Might wing it, might just research it for a couple of days and then book it.
Or we could be sat in a dock. We could be sat in a dock for a week whilst we wait for the ferry to be able to accept us on our motorhome. So we'll update you later. But ferries getting more expensive all the time. But sometimes you just have no choice. You've got to suck up the expense and do it. Enjoy your travelling.